have Power 10 under 10, na hii ni car story. We recently had Utamaduni Day and we all celebrated the various cultures and stuff. But most importantly, we've had a series on high school culture and high school behaviors, and I felt it was very important to do this episode. So we've highlighted just a few in the previous episodes. For instance, when we used to woo ladies and stuff. But then we never looked at the deeper details of high school culture. Now, number one, we used to savor our bread. Ukipewa mkate asubuhi, you save it for break time. That is 10. Because at that time you don't have money. Una pesa at that period of time. So you save your mkate for 10. And for you to save this mkate, you have to save your ugali the previous night. You remember, ukitoka dining hall, unacheck kama the heat master ako around. You rush with the ugali to the dormitory. That was trait number one. Trait number two was mixing chemicals in the chemistry lab. We get in there, the teacher says, do not mix anything, do not touch anything. Ukiangalia pale back left, Isaac Newton na hawa watu wengine, jamana mixed to hivi, ethanol, methanol. And I remember there's this one time, this guy mixed up chemicals and then he ended up being burnt. You know, we used to call it corrosion effect. He ended up being burnt on his palm alafu this part. And you know, hizi vitu zikikuchoma, remedies ni ngumu kuzipata, especially in the high school setup. Number 3, being woken up in the morning at 4 to go for the morning preps and then waiting for the soldier to go back, then unarudi kulala. Hii nayo tulikuwa tunafanya. The soldiers were the ones who used to wake us up. That is at 4. Soldier anakuja na wagongea na waambia wake up, go to class. Akisha rudi hivi, tunarudi tunakimbia tunalala. And then coincidentally deputy principal akuwa anapitia. That is around 5. Nasikia amesimama pale juu anasema kama uko kwa dormitory toka. So we had to rush. Narukia kwa window. And you know that was in the morning at 5. At 5 unaruka kwa window. That is where some of these characters came from. Napata mtu ameruka kasarani kutoka 4th floor. Hizi vitu zilianza high school. Well, another trait, when we used to go with the ladies during fun kids, we used to make sure we are on that list. At a science congress, you know very well you've never performed in any science subject, that is chemistry, physics, and biology. But then, when you know that the contest is around, you used to put in all your effort on that paper for you to be among the best. Just for you to get a chance to leave the school gate. Wow. Another thing, and we were talking about it with JR in the morning. I don't know whether you guys have ever had your box umefanyiwa butterfly. Inagongo inakaa hivi. That is when you're hiding snacks or when you have something kama uko na nguo mzuri and your classmates do not have. Unatoka hivi unaingia dormitory unapata ka box kamekaa hivi. Kufuli iko, lakini ka box kamekongo kando na huko kando vitu zinatolewa hapo ndani. Well, another one, giving birth. We used to call it giving birth, and it was a very, very bad trait. I think it was eradicated action. When the Form 2s were now getting to Form 2, that is Form 1s were getting to Form 2 and Form 1s reporting, on that material night, that's before they report tomorrow, kuna pata watu wakipigwa. Now the Form 1s were graduating to Form 2. You are beaten. You know, when a woman is undergoing labor, she's usually beaten ndio azae. Ama si kupigwa, anaindusiwa sindano ya uchungu ndio aweze ku give birth. Now you used to be induced labor through war. And this used to hurt a lot. Mnapigwa usiku mzima ndio Form 1s wakikuja umezaa. That is actually where some of these incidences of bullying came from, because umezaa mtu alafu anakuja anakuletea madharau. But thanks to the government, such things were eradicated. Well, we can look at a million lot of things that used to happen in high school. Even talk of the case scenario when people were throwing tantrums. Watu wanataka kwenda nyumbani, mnaanza kukaa kama mta strike. Ask me about that. I'll tell you about that sometimes else. We had tried several strikes, zimekataa, zimegonga mawe, until sasa tukaachiliwa, tukaambiwa mnataka kwenda nyumbani, walk out of that gate. In your good senses, in your whole senses, can you try to walk out of that gate? Well, that was it for Power 10 under 10, na hiyo imekuwa car story.